Because it just weakens me. It
Does
just,
it?
yeah.
How so?
You know, somebody created them better than my imagination can. And so they live in these, you know, on the internet in these boxes. And it's like, and if it's not mine, I think, then I don't value it as much or something. And so I think it like weakens my ability to like be able to have.
Oh, look, you may agree with him 100%. You may disagree with him 100%. With me, I'm not there. My religion say I should agree with him 100%, and I'm like 99%. Just a little bit of me is like, let's just watch what he says, hear what he say, and we'll just discuss it. Oh, look.
I try to stay off of pornography, man. That's one of my biggest arch nemesis is pornography.
Why?
Because it just weakens me.
Does it?
Yeah.
How so?
I put all my sexual, my fantasies and stuff, they're not mine anymore. They live, somebody created them better than my imagination can.
Is that not true though? Like your fantasies aren't even yours anymore. Just listen.
Boxes, and it's like, and if it's not mine, I think, then I don't value it as much or something. And so I think it like weakens my ability to like be able to have sex and like be comfortable in that sort of world. And
really?
Oh yeah.
Weakens your ability to be comfortable. Like how so?
Well, because I get used to.
I would love you to comment. Do you experience that? Because for me, I experience exactly what he's saying. It makes it difficult for me to even enjoy sex the way I should, because it's not that I'm consciously comparing it to what I saw, but subconsciously there's something in me that's just, it's hungry and it's an appetite that can't be satiated. And I could agree with what he's saying completely. So there's a part of me that understand that 100%, 100%. But there's a part of me, like my flesh is weak. But let's keep listening. Comment if you're understanding what he's saying or if you disagree completely.
Watching the sex and seeing it and not having to like be engaged with my actual feelings or anything. So then I see it and I still get all the joys out of it. I'm still out there e-jacking and, spraying out natural.
Spraying.
But I don't have any of the feelings attached to it. So then when I am engaging with somebody that I care about or something, it just doesn't calculate for me emotionally as well.
That's what really hurt me, is when I try to make that connection, it's just not there, because what you're watching, the P word, there's no emotion there. It's just pure satisfaction. There's no emotion. So even when you're trying to connect to somebody, I know with me, I just wanted that thing. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't even want to engage you on a level where you may misunderstand what I want. I just want that thing. That's it. And I understand when I was younger, that was terrible, where the connections was hard it was hard to connect because I just was on a different mindset, on a different wavelength. And I feel like it's detrimental to relationships, like people couldn't even imagine.
And that's just me. But it's definitely made it tougher for me over the years. Cause I would have a date set up with a nice girl, and next thing you know, I'm walking through the house and I start thinking about, a little bit of pussy or something, and then some tits or something. Or I'll even see I'll see a pregnant puppy and see those nipples or something. And the next thing you know, you're on the internet jerking off, and then you
wait a minute, hold on.
What he's saying makes sense. It's not that you really see an animal and it turns you on. It's your brain is finding everything, and everything it finds makes you think about everything. You may see a woman walk a certain way. You're thinking about. You may see a sundress. You're thinking about. You may see anything, and it's nothing inappropriate. He's just, he's a comedian. I don't know if you know Theo Vaughn, but I watch weird things and I used to think he was weird. But this guy, when he says things, if you pay attention to it and don't try to judge him before you really settle in, you'll understand the things he's saying is really important, Joe is making it seem as if he doesn't understand things. Like, engage me. Like that's his job. So I understand, but what he's saying is true. Anything. I could look at this yoga ball in front of me and I'm thinking about buns. I'm like, oh man, like I see juicy buns in front of me. I can see a peach and I'm just thinking sexual. And that's what I notice it really does. That's what I notice it does to me. And he's spot on. Please comment. Don't be embarrassed if you experience that. I think it's natural. I think it's something common. And with me, I have sons who are very young. So it's not a fear of mine that they're going to fall into that trap. But I'm like, dag, at least I experienced it so I can help them. I can talk to them about it because nobody talked to me about it. It was more so learning sex on my own. The guys on the block were the ones telling me about sex, So let's keep going.
Or like you know what I'm saying?
Matter of fact, look at these donuts. I need variety. That's what adult content did to me is my donuts. I want different donuts where my brain believes it needs a refresh from this. Now I need this. Now I need that. Now I need this. And I feel like I have a pervert mind because adult content messed me up. So I understand exactly what he's saying. He's not saying animals, this and that. So he sounds like he's really lost, but that's not what he's saying.
Thing. Anything could lead a man to jack off.
A pregnant puppy could make you thinking about human nipples. Is that what you're saying? You're not like getting excited about the puppy.
No, I don't do anything. I don't believe in bestiality or anything like that. But I don't like that pornography.
Oh,
and I think it should be shut down, man.
For real?
Yeah, because I think it's killing like a lot of. I think it's harming a lot of men, man. I really do. But I don't like it, man. You think it's healthy for people? Because I feel like you kind of like, you lead a lot of men in like their aspirations to, control their beings and stuff.
I have to pause because, all right, these donuts I'm eating, I have a sugar rush. I have a sweet tooth where I, in my brain, believe I need it. And I don't eat it all the time. I'm very disciplined when it comes to this. Maybe once a month, I need to overindulge where I get a box and I'll eat the entire box, maybe in one day, maybe in 2 days, but it's going to be savage style. If they were going to ban this, I wouldn't sit there like, yeah, I shouldn't ban this. Guys can have discipline. No, I understand that most people don't have discipline for this. Most people can't just have a box every 2 days. I mean, most people can't have a box once a month. Most people need it every day. And, diabetes is all at an all-time high, this and that. So I don't understand how Joe's acting like he doesn't understand it. It's how do I explain it? It's as if because he likes it, he's not worried how it'll affect other people. And I'm like, come on, Joe, I believe you're better than that. Like, you're better than that. There are men who are really hurting. There are men that are married. Matter of fact, before I got married, I was like, dag, I never made love to an Asian chick. That was what I thought. That was my problem. One of my problems thinking like, dag, so if I get married, I'm not going to be able to ever experience that. Like, that's bonkers that was on my mind. And, that was just a polluted mind. I agree. But it's as if Joe doesn't understand. There are a lot of men who are negatively impacted by adult content. I mean, heavily impacted on a negative level by adult content.
And these are just some of my weird interpretations, but, to try and be on top of themselves in some ways and, stay focused on controlling themselves in positive ways, like staying fit and expanding their minds and thinking, and not falling into easy traps.
Having discipline.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes. I think that it's definitely important to have discipline. But I think that if you're a person, like say if you're not in a relationship, you're not getting any sex, and you're horny, and it's confusing, and it's distracting, it becomes a big distraction. Like if you're horny and you're busy and you don't have anybody you're dating, you don't want to hook up with someone you don't like just so you could have sex with them. We've all been there before, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I can't agree 100% with banning it because of what he just said. Because, hey, all too many times where a situation I know I should have stayed away from because she got her feelings involved and I didn't want to do it again. But it's like, dang, I'm feeling it. So I got to call this person up, and now they got their feelings involved again. And I just wanted to relieve myself from this situation I feel. I'm trying to convince myself that blue balls is real and I don't want to get it. You know, I don't want to sit there and struggle. So I have to do it. I'm telling myself there's no way God thinks this is not right. He has to understand because he created me with this desire. That's how I was thinking. And that's the reason I can't say ban it completely, because there are people who, if they do not get that release, they may run into stores doing stuff that is unbelievable. And it sounds like that's ridiculous, but I'm just saying there is a release that has to happen. And a lot of guys cannot get it. A lot of guys don't have access to women that way. So what are they supposed to do? I believe they may harm innocent people because they're like, I got to forcefully get it. And they're going to convince themselves that it's okay. So that's why I can't agree to ban it 100%. I don't know about that. Please comment what you think, especially like if you're a religious person. How do you account for the ones that will do a lot of, and you know what? I already know the answer as far as me having my religious beliefs, where there are people harming because of that. There are people messing with people they shouldn't mess with. They shouldn't engage with, who are not of appropriate age, and they're still engaging with them. And it could have stemmed from adult content. So I would like somebody to explain how does that person get help? And I know the answer because I want to answer it for myself, but I would like to hear like somebody say something different so I could have more tools in my tool belt. Like, should it be banned 100%?
Have you ever had girls that you were friends with or you dated, and the only reason why you dated them was for the sex, and they had annoyed the shit out of you, and you couldn't wait to get the fuck away from them?
Yeah, Tiffany's this girl I'm thinking about. Yeah, she had some family issues, but yeah, that's what I was thinking about when you were saying that. I interrupted you.
No, every guys have that before, most likely. And some guys wind up marrying those girls because they don't want to be alone.
Yeah, I guess for me it became addictive where I would just do that every time, and then I was just at home for 5 years and didn't, go do any dates or anything.
That's definitely not good.
And that was a problem I had too, where I felt like, oh, I just wanted to work. There was a period where I just wanted to work. I felt like if overtime is available, I want it. I need it. So for me, I'm not going to get into the having to jazz somebody up, having to spit honey in their ears. No, it's easier for me to just go do that, get it done, and go about my business, go to work, plan for what I need to do next. And that's a trap. That's what I noticed is it kept me trapped for years where it wasn't satisfying. I thought it was, but I would end up feeling guilty and just sad and disappointed in myself. And I'm like, why am I feeling? If it's a good thing, I shouldn't be feeling this way. It's like eating Chinese food, the bad Chinese food. After I eat it, I'm just feeling like, oh, I feel bad. Like, why did I do this? No. If the food was good for me, if the MSG wasn't bad for me, I wouldn't be feeling this way. And that's how I understood, this isn't good, because immediately after I eat it, I'm feeling terrible. And I don't feel like that if I go get pizza that's really good. I don't feel bad after I eat it. Like, why did I eat it? No, I smack the whole box and I don't feel bad. If I go eat something that, if I eat a good steak, I don't feel bad. So that's how you kind of know adult content's bad, because we do it in secrets. Like, we hide when we do it. Most of us aren't open about it. I was pretty open about my addiction. I didn't try to hide it from people. Well, from family members, just because very judgmental. So I would hide it from them, but I would be open about, yeah, I'm addicted to it. I still, even though I don't engage in porn, even though I don't engage in adult content, and I don't have to please myself, this and that, it's still inside of me. That hunger, that craving I have, it's still there here. Like I may sit there on YouTube just looking at things and they're putting certain things, they're allowing certain thumbnails, and I'm like, yo, this is difficult for me right now. Like she has her cheek, she's leading the thumbnail with her cheeks. I'm like, you can't do that to me. I have a polluted mind. So let's just keep watching. I don't know, how much more is useful in this, but let's watch.
Right. And so I guess that's the difference. If you get addicted to it and you find that it's just a repeat pattern, so you're not spending time with people at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's without value. I don't think that looking at naked people having sex, which is arousing and that feels good, I don't think that's without value. But I think there's definitely a danger in like immediate access to pornography. And today it's the most immediate access because you get it on your phone.
Oh, you can get it, yeah.
You pull up your laptop, open it up, type in some words, youporn.com, blah, 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 and next thing you know, you're beating off. It's so easy. And this has never been the case before. I mean, it's unlike any other time period in human history. And when you have instant access to things, you can abuse it, just like people abuse food. If you have a cabinet that is just filled with candy and chips, chocolate bars,
licorice,
soda in the refrigerator, if you're just one of those people that can't help themselves, you don't have any discipline, you will just eat all that all day long and get fat. And that is just as much of an addiction as someone who has access to porn all the time and just beats off all the time, or someone who has access to booze and just wants to get up every day. All those things are okay, though, in moderation if you have discipline.
Right.
Like, there's nothing wrong with having a bag of M&Ms every now and then I feel like having some M&Ms.
Hearing Rogan speak, it helped me remember it's not good. Because when he's trying to compare it to food, eating food is okay, right? But lusting, like the way he said it, watching two naked people engage in adult content, no. The way he said that just made me understand that's wrong. Why? That's weird. I'm watching two people get naked and I'm pleasing myself to that. That's kind of weird. And I'm not judging you because I'm addicted to it. Like I said, I'll be addicted to it till I die. Because I started very young. I started watching it very young. I used to we go to church. I can't remember where we found this magazine. It was a Penthouse magazine. Brought it to church to show some of the pictures. And it was like, look at this right here. Things I did. Just because of adult content. Shannon Sharp, the situation he's in because of adult content. I'm not saying it's because of adult content, because that's actually, you know what? That's actually making it seem like adult content is the culprit when we don't have to do bad stuff because of adult content. If I don't need it, I could bypass it. The thing is, a lot of us aren't taught how to even please a woman. We're not even taught how to even engage in sex. And it's not saying that porn does it right, because porn have a lot of dangerous content, but it can give a confidence, whether it's fake or not. It gives a confidence like, okay, I think I know what I'm doing, because a lot of us don't have a father who's comfortable enough to tell us like, you know what, you got to do this, you got to do that. They just feel weird and think you're never ready to know. And the thing is, it's like, oh no, just wait till you're married to have sex. And that doesn't work. What if I'm going to do it anyway? Why not tell me about protection? Why not tell me about how I'm supposed to start it? After I get it, how do I get it again? Like, why not tell me these things? So I feel like adult content kind of introduce us to that, and it kind of give us that confidence. That one girl, Lily Phillips, she does adult content. She was saying she started doing it since she was 11. The video is right here. She says she started watching it when she was 11 years old, right? And she believes it was a good thing because it taught her how to watch it. It taught her how to be confident. And I'm like, I understand that. But an 11-year-old, well, me, I was younger watching it. So, but I understand that it polluted my mind. So when Theo is talking, I get him. I understand what he's saying. It should be banned because in no way is it healthy for our mind. There's no way it's healthy for our mind. It may give us fake confidence so we can get out of our house. so we can get out of our homes and stop being hermits. But it's not realistic. What I notice is I hold women to those same standards, and the women in those adult contents, the men in them content, that's not real. They're performing. So they may cut now, okay, let's get a buffer, let's do this. So when you're watching it, you're thinking, oh, I have to do it for that long, I have to do it that way, I have to be that aggressive, and all of that is not true. So it causes a fake world. It's not real. It's just not real. So the person you're with, if they cannot live up to that level that you created or somebody created for you, you're now going to be disappointed. You have to look for different women here and there. And I feel like I fell in that trap where I was not content with what I had, because I felt like, nah, that's not what I saw. We got to try it this way. Okay, no, that didn't work. We got to do it this. No, that didn't work. So it was just too much. Things you may not even be into, you may find yourself doing. You may find yourself putting your hand on somebody's neck and like, okay, I want to squeeze it as much because that's what she liked in the adult content. She seemed like she was enjoying it. Not every woman's like that. So you may think because you're inexperienced, every woman's into that. No, that's not real. I know. Last quick story. I know when I was younger, I felt like, okay, so I can last, I have to please myself before I engage in the real activity. So I would sit there, I would do it so I can last longer, so I can get my second NUT. And that was terrible because it even causes the performance to not be as good as it could have been, because the initial crave, I already got rid of it. It's like eating before you go eat. It's not gonna make the food better. It may make the food worse because you already filled yourself up. You're not hungry anymore. So that was a huge problem. When I mean a huge problem, it was a huge problem. And I don't know. I don't know if I agree it should be banned 100%. I don't know. I feel like there are people who, no matter what, they're just going to be a certain type of person and they have free will to do what they want. I feel like that should be left for them. I think there should be more, not bans, but more, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it shouldn't be as easy as it is to access, because anybody with a phone can access anything for free. It's so easy to access. People don't even enjoy the free stuff, even though it may be better than the stuff they're paying for. It's just the free stuff. I've done it too much. I need to pay for this. I need her to do something special so I can know what's really happening, so I can feel more like interactive, like I'm really engaged with her and she really likes me and so forth. So I can't agree that it should be banned 100%. I don't think so. I'll smack those donuts like you don't even know. But just share your opinion. I would love to hear it. Don't be shy, because I'm saying I'm addicted to it. My name is June, and I will always be addicted to it. So even though I'm not doing it, even though I plan on going to the next life without ever doing it, I still understand that hunger, that crave will always be inside of me. And I'm just happy I experienced it so I can be real with my kids, so I can be real with my sons, so I don't sugarcoat it. We'll let them know, like, trust me, that crave is real, but it's not worth it. It's really not. Do what you gotta do, work, get the money if you have to. If you feel like you can't do without it, find somebody and do things the right way. Make sure you do it the right way and you'll be okay. So please share your opinion, share your thoughts. And if you didn't subscribe, because I have a lot of videos you will not like. You're going to say, I'm a FOOL, and I may be that. I don't believe I am, but I may come across as one just because I'm honest with my thoughts, my opinions, my feelings. I don't try to sugarcoat things. I don't try to lie to make somebody feel better. That's not my job. My job is to just be honest, because the videos, I want to leave them for my sons. So when I'm not here, they can have someone to talk, like they can have me to not talk to, but they can have my mind when I'm going, where they're like, okay, I see how Pops was thinking. So I can get an idea of what he would want me to do in the situation or how to move in the situation. My Pops, he passed during COVID, and that was right before my son was born. Wifey was pregnant, and I didn't get to ask him the questions that I have. So, you know, I have questions as far as with fatherhood, but he left me with the right source. So I feel like I'm in good hands, but just in case I pass before I do the same for my sons, I would like to leave my mom. So hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're gonna comment and just share your thoughts. So, and any women, if you have that struggle, cause I've ran into women that have that struggle also, like they really struggle with it. So please share your thoughts. No judgment here. But if you don't watch another one, see you tomorrow. Oh, love.